This is a very low-tech way to make a pattern. Now this helmet has been beat up through a lot of different productions. It was originally built for Michael Eisner for a Wonderful World of Disney episode of Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. It's also been used in Haunted Mansion, and they drilled about 600 holes in it and used it as a marionette where it was all puppeteered. Aluminum foil just pressed over the top of it here. And masking tape. And this is similar to do an alginate body cast, but much simpler and faster. And since I'm making the helmet in 2 pieces, I only need to do 1/2 of the helmet bowl here. A lot of times when I'm doing stuff like this, if I don't have an existing piece to copy, either something like in this case that I've made and I'm just replicating, I do have patterns for this somewhere in here, but it's just as easy to repattern it over a few minutes. But I can sculpt something in clay to get a rough form and then cover it in the tin foil and take a pattern to get the right shape and start forming it from there. Insta pattern. And grab just a magic marker, and I know I'll have my crest line for the comb coming around here. Here's my seam line for the top, where it'll be welded together. So you can see here kind of what I have for my pattern, and knowing that that's going to kick around at the neck there. So I take this apart, and I'll transfer this to a pattern paper, to a flat paper in a second. Okay. And just cut to the seam line that I drew on here. You can see on this, I have a plume holder for holding a feather on the end. And I took the line for the seam here and here. So I just extrapolated between these 2 areas here to cut it off so I get a smooth finish when I lay my paper pattern out. And again, if I needed to, I could take and sculpt up a clay maquette or paper mache or anything in order to transfer that pattern. Some convenient pattern paper here. I used to go to Michael's and other craft supply places to buy the paper, and a 4x4 sheet of this was $3 to $5. And then when I was shopping at Costco, I realized that they throw away this paper that they put between their stacks of toilet paper, so they're happy for me to take it away. me give it a little bit extra around the side. And I know my lower edge, I kick over here. And so that's my pattern on it. This is a sheet of aluminum. It's 80 thousandths of an inch thick, which corresponds to the steel designation as 14 gauge. So it's 0.080, 6061 zero temper aluminum. And I'll just draw on here. I'm going to give a little bit of clearance when I cut them out, so I don't want them exactly touching, but I can bring it pretty close. I'm going to use a throatless shear. What I'll use to cut this out, because it is soft aluminum, will be a Harbor Freight copy of a Beverly shear. I have a Beverly shear as well. The comparable Beverly shear is like $1,000. For $120 you can get a Chinese knockoff, and that's what I'll be cutting this with. So that's patterned, and I'm going to bring it over to the shear right here.